Guys, look, they can do Dragon Ball Z now, like properly. They could do Dragon Ball Z now properly. Because the fight scene that we saw with Shadow, even though obviously CGI, it looked pretty good. Like they spent money on this. Like Marvel movies are not looking great these days, but Sonic looked amazing.
There's been a high-level security breach. And we need Team Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond anything we've ever encountered.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. We just got done watching Sonic 3 and oh my god, we watched it twice. It was that good. Sonic 3 is amazing. I thought that was an amazing movie. It wasn't doing too much, and it gave you everything that you needed. All you needed was to see Sonic doing his thing with his new brethren, Knuckles and Tails, and then introduce the new threat and bring back Dr. Eggman and then mix it up in a bowl, and that's it. That's all you need, and we would be happy. And that's exactly what they did. Sonic 3 was hilarious, it was funny, and Jim Carrey was amazing. I think I was actually trying to decide who carried the movie more, either Jim Carrey or Keanu Reeves as Shadow, but I can't decide. I really can't decide. I thought Jim Carrey and him playing his granddad or his dad was a beautiful plot. That was amazing. I actually didn't see it coming, the ending in terms of the switch. I didn't see that coming. Anyway, guys, before I get into this might have some mild spoilers in it or some major spoilers. You've been warned. If you haven't watched the movie, please go and watch it. You will not be disappointed. Anyway, the movie starts off with Sonic doing his thing with his family. He gets a little pep talk from Dad, and then there's a threat that came up, and it's Shadow, and they have to go and fight it. Shadow wakes up from like some experiment, and he's woken up like 50 years later or something like that, and then he's looking around like, where am I? They've kept me locked away for this long. We see his backstory with a little girl. We've seen this in the trailer, that, you know, when they said Shadow's life could have been different if he had the same life. I did get confused because I was like, wait, so if Sonic has been here this whole time, why did the first movie or the second movie react the way they reacted when they saw Sonic when he first arrived? But you don't need to think about that, because this is a family show, it's a kids movie. Get over it. Just put it to the side, because this movie is good. So anyway, they fight. Shadow is a teleporter. Anyone who's played Sonic knows that. Anyone who's watched the Sonic cartoons knows that. He's a teleporter. He kicks their butt. And then we get introduced to Dr. Robotnik, who is let himself go. We saw this in the trailer as well. And this scene was too funny. It was hilarious. The plane on his belly, that was funny. Anyway, they join forces. And before you know it, we find out the mastermind behind this, because the reason why Robotnik joined forces is because somebody was using his technology, and it turns out to be his granddad. So it turns out Ivo was the one in possession of Shadow all those years ago, and Shadow had been taken a liking to a young girl who was his daughter or granddaughter. I didn't know this before. I didn't know this until the end when they did a little switch. I thought it was just some random girl who maybe the dad works there. But yeah, he takes a liking to her, and something happens to her and she dies or something. At some point in the movie, I thought she's definitely alive. I thought Dr. Ivo was pulling a wool over everyone's eyes. At some point, I actually thought there was a police lady who was working with the police, who was working with the security detail or whatever. I thought she was the little girl. I thought the whole thing had been like fabricated to make Shadow work for him, but was a nothing burger. The girl really did die. And it turns out that the girl is, I could be wrong, guys. Let me know in the comments below, but me and my kids were having the discussion that the girl is Dr. Robotnik's sister. We watched it twice and we're still having the conversation. But yeah, it looks like, because at the end, guys, spoiler, Dr. Robotnik and his granddad had a falling out because the idea to dominate the world, which is Robotnik's idea, was not the idea that Ivo had. His idea was to completely destroy the Earth, which Robotnik doesn't want. Robotnik wants to rule the world. When he tried to convince his granddad, he was like, well, you're no, and he mentioned the sister's name. And it turns out that that's his granddaughter or daughter, I don't know. Anyway, long story short, Shadow I think was epic. The graphic that they used for Shadow, especially the introduction and the end fight at the end where we have the Chaos Emeralds in the mix of it, that was amazing. The fight scene, guys, look, They can do Dragon Ball Z now, like properly. They could do Dragon Ball Z now properly. Because the fight scene that we saw with Shadow, even though it obviously CGI, it looked pretty good. Like they spent money on this. Like Marvel movies are not looking great these days, but Sonic looked amazing. The hair, the water, oh my god, the graphic was really good. Sonic eventually goes to get the Chaos Emeralds. The way the Chaos Emeralds was being guarded, this is actually the only joke that wasn't funny to me, because I thought, you know, that same old thing where you have this intergalactic world destroying item and then they're using it to play games, or wasn't it in Marvel where we had like the Infinity Stones and then they were just lying there on the table like they were nothing? That's what they did here. They had to bring back the human characters for some reason, which I didn't see the need for them. It didn't put me off the movie like the first one did. Like the first one, when they were having that wedding scene, I didn't like that at all. But this part where they used them as like VR and used them to sneak into government facility, I thought that was okay. It didn't put me off. But yeah, they had one of the human characters was playing hockey with the Chaos Emerald. I did not like that. I thought that was, come on. But that's me taking it too serious. But yeah, so they get the Chaos Emeralds. Sonic powers up to Gold Sonic, Super Saiyan Sonic, goes to fight Shadow. Another part I thought, what the hell? Shadow does like a little flick move and takes out the Chaos Emerald from Sonic. No. And then they both grab half of the Chaos Emerald and both turn gold. I like the fight between them when they were gold. And then obviously they both use the power to save the world after Shadow realizes that this is not what the little girl would have wanted. I keep calling her little girl because I actually don't remember her name. Maybe they mentioned it and that's probably what I missed. That would have let me know whether or not she is Robotnik's sister. I don't know. But we watched it twice and I didn't clock it. So we're probably going to watch it again. Anyway, at the end of the movie, Shadow is now an ally, I believe. Well, he's not an ally. They think he's dead, but he's alive somewhere. And Sonic is also alive, so it is what it is. So they're definitely teasing a fourth one. Is Jim Carrey gonna come back for that as well? Because the big thing with this one was that Jim Carrey wasn't gonna come back, but then eventually he changed his mind because he needed money, which nobody cares. He's Jim Carrey. Come on, give him whatever he wants and get him on the movie. So we don't know if they're gonna do a fourth one. And if they do a fourth one, they did tease at the end that we're gonna get Mecha Sonic or Robot Sonic, which really is teasing. There's a cartoon on Netflix right now. I think it's Sonic Prime, I believe, which basically shows the storyline they could do if they go for Mecha Sonic, which is basically that Sonic runs so fast and he ends up in like an alternate universe or like in the future, and Robotnik is in he's fully in charge. Like somehow he defeats the Team Sonic and takes over the world and everything is robot. If that's where they're going, that could be interesting. It also does mean that they don't need to have the humans characters as much. So it is what it is. Guys, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was amazing. I enjoyed myself on both watches. My kids enjoyed themselves. We're probably going to watch it again. It's going to be one of those Moana movies that I'm going to see on the screen every minute with my kids watching it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you enjoy the movie? Did you enjoy it as much as we did? Did you think it was okay, or did you think it was amazing? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Before I go, please check out my relationship channel. I give relationship advice to young people, especially in a very trying time where dating is really difficult. Go over there, give me a like, comment, and sub. Watch my videos over there, and also check out my other channel with my kids. We do reactions over there, movie reviews, gaming, and all sorts over there. Please go over there, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on my next video.